Hello and welcome to Forrester's webinar on Workforce Transformation Strategy, a spotlight on Southeast Asia. My name is Dane Anderson and I am the Vice President and Research Director for Forrester in Asia Pacific. Forrester conducted this study to understand the trends, drivers, and challenges firms in Southeast Asia face to deliver effective workforce transformation. Though it is a paid study, it has the same rigor and independent methodologies which Forrester uses for any of its research. For the purposes of this study, we have not limited ourselves to specific industries of company types or company sizes. As a result, the study bears a rich reflection of the market in Southeast Asia. We learned a lot from this study, and I'm excited to share the results with you. For those of you who don't know Forrester, we work with business and technology leaders to develop customer-obsessed strategies that drive growth. Customer experience is a core strength of us at Forrester, and we've been researching this area for almost a decade now. We have an excellent understanding on how CX affects the financial performance of a company and what drives CX. One of the other areas that we've researched is the linkage between employee experience and customer experience. We found a very strong connection between the two, and our research tells us that companies which place a higher priority on employee experience tend to perform better on our customer experience index. Specifically, you can't really have one without the other. CX and employee experience are very critical in how they support one another. Now at Forrester, we reference all different types of research, our own and also the research of academia. And one of the studies that we found interesting was conducted by Teresa Amabile of Harvard, and she submitted an article on her research to the Harvard Business Review. And what she found through her research was that what makes people happiest at work is getting things done. When workers sense they're making headway, their drive to succeed reaches a higher level. And this is an important finding because conventional wisdom often points to other things. And in fact, conventional wisdom in this regard is often wrong. In many surveys, managers across organizations highlight that having good coworkers or good customers or pay for performance is the most important. But her research debunks that conventional wisdom and in fact shows that what's most important to workers is getting things done. Now at Forrester, when we study customer experience and employee experience, we see three key drivers for each, and this isn't a one-to-one connection between the two. On the customer experience side, we refer to the 3 E's of customer experience: effectiveness, which is customers getting value from the experience; ease, which is customers getting value without difficulty; and then finally emotion, which is in fact the most important driver of customer experience effectiveness and success. And this is when customers feel good about the experience. On the positive employee experience side, first of all, there is productivity. As I just referenced, this is an area where companies focus on employees getting their work done. Then there is facilitation, employees believing their organization helps them focus on their most important work. And finally, connection, employees feeling connected with their work, colleagues, customers, and purpose. Other research has found that there is a strong financial benefit from happier employees. This was a very good comprehensive study with over 3,000 data points, which was conducted over multiple years, and it's corroborated by other studies that have been done, which find that companies with higher employee satisfaction and with a higher sense of fulfillment tend to generate substantially better returns. They tend to have 81% higher customer satisfaction scores and 50% lower employee turnover. And on the financial side, with each standard deviation increase in turnover, the research has found a 40% drop in productivity and a 28% drop in profit. So this isn't just a benefit for companies on their customer experience. It's an improvement also on the financial performance of their companies. Now, effective workforce transformation has 3 key pillars. They are workforce experience, workforce security, and PC lifecycle management. Workforce productivity is closely linked with the evolution of the digital economy, of course. And when it comes to workforce technology, our research tells us that one size does not fit all, and that the business needs of the organization and of the employee type need to drive the workforce technology strategy. We also know that everyday threats are evolving with the evolution of the mobile workforce, which makes workforce security ever more important. Current IT security policies as control, while they're very important, it's critical that they don't put too heavy a burden on the employee experience. And then finally, there's PC lifecycle management. Our research tells us that existing workforce technology strategy generally does not meet the needs of employees, and that the complexities involved in PC lifecycle management are oftentimes overwhelming for many organizations in Southeast Asia. And most firms don't really have adequate in-house capabilities to effectively manage their workforce PC lifecycle. The research that we conducted turned up a lot of interesting insights on the focus of organization when it comes to customer experience and employee experience. And the data we're looking at here is the focus on the results for Southeast Asia. The question was, which of the following initiatives are likely to be your organization's top business priorities over the next 12 months? Reduced costs was at the top of this list, which is different from other countries where customer experience is at the top. So in Southeast Asia, we don't yet see that wide-ranging understanding of the importance of customer experience. And even worse, focusing on the needs of employees is at the very bottom of the list with just 21% of respondents. This is a very, very big difference from the rest of Asia Pacific and a troubling disconnect between the focus on customer experience and the awareness that employee experience plays such a critical role. Firms in Southeast Asia, however, believe that updating device technology will help them retain talent. When asked which of the following statements do you agree would help you attract and retain talent in your organization, 48% told us that better freedom of choice for employees to select the devices for better communication and information flow would help them attract and retain the right talent. And secondly, 42% indicated more freedom of choice for devices would help them attract and retain the best talent. When it comes to understanding the workforce technology needs, there are three fundamental methods that can be employed. The first is workforce technology satisfaction surveys. These are a good step. They can tell you what is working, but they really don't tell you too much else. A more robust analysis is conducted with a workforce technology needs assessment, and these can help to provide more facts to develop the personas for planning and strategies, to understand the different types of employees you have and what their needs are. And then finally, there is workforce engagement and flow, which can test for emotional well-being and link employee engagement with technology-related factors. This is a picture of a needs assessment which was conducted by Forrester, and this is a standard model that we use, where we will map employee types by the number of locations where they work and the number of applications that they use. And here we have broken them into 4 different personas based on the needs of these respective employees. We generally recommend that companies don't exceed 6 persona types, and generally 4 persona types are sufficient for most organizations. From the survey, we learned that respondents are worried that device diversity and device malware adds to considerable security concerns across firms in the region. When asked how concerned their firm is with the following device security issues, 81% indicated they were concerned about potential legal liability issues that could arise from their BYOD policies. 75% were concerned about enforcing acceptable usage policies on devices, and 73% were concerned about device malware. The diversity of devices also increases the risk when adding new PC hardware. and rather diversity of devices increases the risk, while adding new PC hardware reduces the risk. So here we asked, how strongly do you agree with the following security statements? 75% of respondents told us that user authentication for devices remains vulnerable. Another 75% indicated that newer PC hardware is significantly more secure than older PC hardware. From the survey, we also know that high PC lifecycle management costs will lead to an increase in reliance on technology partners. When asked what are the key attributes of a technology partner that they look at to support their end-user computing, at the top of the list was the ability to work effectively and engage with the leadership of the organization, with 50% of respondents. Second was the ability to support operations across geographies at 38%. And finally, the ability to build a clear operating PC deployment migration path was also indicated as an important driver. To wrap up, we would like to leave you with a few key recommendations. The first is to really improve a focus on employee experience. The awareness here in Southeast Asia was very low, which is a troubling sign, and our research tells us it's a very key factor that drives company success and customer experience success. We would recommend that companies develop a rigorous, repeatable approach to regularly assess employee technology needs, and also to assemble cross-functional workforce experience teams to evaluate needs and develop solutions. Secondly, it's important that organizations focus on improving device security, to choose the most secure device hardware and get it into employees' hands, and also to make authentication, network, and data security part of your endpoint security strategy. And then finally, we would urge organizations to efficiently manage their PC lifecycle. They can partner with vendors who can automate this for them, and also reducing the PC refresh cycle can help them get more value from their PC lifecycle. I would now like to thank you very much for listening to this webinar, and if you would like to find out more, you can connect with your Dell contacts and they will give you a copy of the study. Thank you very much, and I wish you the best of success in transforming your workforce transformation strategy.